The Professional Regulation Commission was first created as a national government agency by Presidential Decree No. 223, signed by then-President Ferdinand E. Marcos on June 22, 1973. Before PD 223, PRC was called the Office of the Boards of Examiners under the Civil Service Commission. On January 4, 1974, the PRC became operational with the assumption into office of the first set of appointed commissioners and associate commissioners. On October 11, 1975, Presidential Decree No. 839 was issued placing the PRC under the general direction and coordination of the CSC. In August 1976, the PRC entered into an agreement with the Civil Service Commission to register all board examination passers as civil service eligible pursuant to RA 1080. In 1977, the agency conferred the first Outstanding Professional of the Year awards.
When I left the seminary, my father was already in the PRC. He was, he spent a lot of time in the office, leave the house very early, and he would be in the office until late. And he did a lot of traveling. And on a few occasions, I had the happiness of traveling with him, like to Cebu and to, I think one time at Mindanao, we went to Mindanao. He really enjoyed what he did, and he was very passionate, and well, as all of you who probably worked with him will remember, he had a bad temper, and he worked hard, and he expected the same commitment and dedication from those he worked with. And he was very strict about how we conducted ourselves, and he didn't want to hear any bad remarks about how we used the influence of his office for anything. Careful that I do not appear as somebody who was expecting special treatment just because he was in position.
The difficulties that the PRC had to overcome early on in its history became catalysts for the positive change that would reinforce the PRC's unique identity as a government body devoted to the welfare of the country's professionals. Executive Order No. 496 was signed by President Corazon C. Aquino, instituting procedures and criteria for the selection and recommendation of nominees to vacant positions in the professional regulatory boards. Executive Order 496 provides that only professionals possessing and demonstrating outstanding qualifications are nominated and appointed as members of the various professional regulatory boards.
Commissioner Francia was appointed commissioner. Then he appointed me associate commissioner. The reason niya talaga, which is correct also, I'm familiar already with what's going on in the PRC, so he wants me to be able to help him. I prepared it by hand, and then correct papers by hand, everything by hand. Later on, I learned, hindi na ako examiner na ginagawa ng computer lahat. That was after my first examiner, ang computer na gumagawa, which is good. Computer na gumagawa ng questions, computer na nila correct, which is going now. Yun yung sistema, computer lahat sa PRC.
In February 1992, Attorney Hermogenes P. Pobre assumed office as chairman. Under Chairman Pobre, vigorously pursued ambitious projects aimed at enhancing the integrity of the licensure examinations and strengthening the foundations of the various professions under its jurisdiction. Throughout this year, PRC poured its energies to the full computerization of the licensure examinations. The year 1993 saw the strict implementation of continuing professional education programs of the accredited professional organizations. Republic Act No. 7836, or the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act, was enacted, transferring the regulation of the teaching profession from the CSC to the PRC. President Fidel Ramos issued Executive Order No. 266 on July 25, 1995, institutionalizing CPE and making it mandatory for the renewal of professional license. In 1996, the centralization of agency operations began with the full operations of regional offices in the cities of Baguio and Cebu. The year 1997 saw the conduct of the Regional Management Conference with the approval of regional action plans and the operational framework for administration of regional offices. That year, the regional offices processed 59% of total applications for examinations. In 1998, the PRC celebrated its silver anniversary with President Fidel V. Ramos as guest of honor and speaker at the awards night. As it was the Philippine Centennial Year, the agency rededicated itself to the service of the Filipino nation and to nurturing the Filipino professionals for the 21st century. In 1999, the agency was formally awarded the ISO 9002 certification by the Anglo-Japanese American Environmental Quality and Safety Certification for licensing of marine deck and engineer officers.
Magandang umaga sa lahat ng bono dito sa Professional Regulation Commission. Pinaabot ko po ang aking pagpugay, pagbati at pagpuri sa 41 anniversary ng PRC. Ang PRC ay isa sa mga ahensya na pinaglingkuran ko ng 18 years. Mula sa pagiging examiner ko ng CPA, maging chairman ako ng PRC. At dito ako nag-retire ng pakatlong beses sa aking paglingkod sa gobyerno. Nakikita ko ang sigasig ang mga kasalukuyang pinuno ng pag-unlad at pag-aangat ng kalidad ng serbisyo sa lahat ng mga professional dito sa Pilipinas. At nakikita ko na binibigay lahat ng kanilang kaukulang serbisyo na magpatayo ng isang magandang gusali para sa PRC. Kaya yan ang hindi ko nagawa ng panahon. So, congratulations to all officials and employees of PRC on your 41st anniversary. Good morning.
The year 2000 saw the approval of the PRC Modernization Act. Test results were released and published simultaneously in Manila and the regional offices within an average of 3 days. The Commission directed the decentralization of monitoring of CPE providers and programs and the provision of CPE database to regional offices. The Commission set new thrusts and priorities in 2001. Customer-focused service, modernization through full computerization and restructuring, integrity of licensure examinations, good governance, protection and promotion of Filipino professionals, and support to national development priorities. PRC started a streamlining of systems and procedures and improvement of basic facilities. In 2002, the Good Governance Code of Ethics was adopted by the Commission in June. The Government-Private Networking for Good Governance was conducted on September 16, where memoranda of agreement were signed with 18 institutions. Good governance among the professions was launched with the signing of Executive Order No. 220, or the directing the adoption of the Code of Good Governance for the Professions in the Philippines on June 23, 2003. The year 2003 saw the networking with government agencies and private institutions through Memoranda of Agreement to secure valid and updated PRC ID and certificates of registration for employment purposes. The PRC networked with 25 government agencies and private associations to assist in various good governance-related measures. Through reforms in bidding, the Commission generated millions in savings in the procurement of computerized application form and ID or answer sheets.
Good morning. I would like to congratulate the present PRC leadership, its boards, and staff for its 41st anniversary. It's like a very long time when we were there, and it's nice to walk through the lanes of history. When Chairman Pobre invited me to be one of the PRC commissioners, I was doing a PRC video for him then, and I felt very honored when he invited me. Once my appointment was signed, I knew I had to face the challenges of the job, and I was more than willing to have this golden opportunity to serve my country in this way from this position.
In 2004, the PRC worked for the passage of new professional regulatory laws. Dr. Leonor Tripon Rosero assumed office in August as Commission Chairperson after a brief stewardship of Chairperson Alcestis Guia. In 2005, PRC implemented the Government Electronic Procurement System. The e-cash management system became operational in the central and all regional offices. In 2006, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo directed all government agencies to move towards ISO certification through Quality Management System in Administrative Order No. 161 dated October 6, 2006.
Kaming mga commissioners noon ay laging aware na ang aming stay doon ay pang sandalian lang, at kami naroon para sa aming pagkakataon na yun ay isugod isulong ang mission ng PRC, which according to the charter of PRC was to sustain the development of a core of competent and world-class professionals. So aware kami rito palagi, at lahat ng ginawa namin ay natutuon sa pagsusulong ng mission na yun ng Commission.
In 2007, the PRC Citizens Charter was promulgated pursuant to the Anti-Red Tape Act of 2007. In 2008, President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo directed the PRC during the Education Summit to update licensure examinations to reflect technical and scientific requirements of business and industry. For 2009, the Commission welcomed the real estate service as the newest profession under the PRC.
Most memorable events would be what I have just stated, no? The new measures initiated by PRC during my term. Well, the first of these, of course, is the walk-in examination. We would like to emphasize this walk-in examination. This is particularly very advantageous and beneficial to our would-be professionals who are in the traveling and who are stationed abroad or in ships. That they have to take this. They don't have to come to the Philippines to take these examinations. No? they can, they will come to the Philippines to take the examination anytime that they are on vacation or they have been given leave of absence by their respective employers.
The year 2010 saw the approval of the Roadmap to Quality Professional Regulation as the short and medium-term strategic plan of the Commission. A committee on research was created to screen and approve all requests of PRC data for use in individual researches, ensure the confidentiality of the data, and to monitor and supervise the research undertaking. In 2011, the Commission, in a Memorandum of Agreement with DZRJ, launched an information campaign through the airing of its own radio program, the PRC Professional Hour, showcasing the Commission and its regulated professions. In 2012, the Commission launched the online application system, paving the way for easier and faster processing of applications to various licensure examinations to foster and strengthen its linkages with government and non-government institutions. On May 2, 2013, the PRC signed a Memorandum of Agreement with the Civil Service Commission on the PRC CSC Web Verification System. The system allows the CSC to accurately verify data of licensed professionals for their appointment to various government positions. Undaunted by the limitations of personnel and budget, the PRC continues to carry out its mandate of developing the core of professionals for industry, commerce, governance, and the economy. Its performance of this duty affects the lives of every Filipino relying on the services of the professionals. It will continue to carry out this solemn commitment with the same values it inculcates in the Filipino professionals, with excellence, honesty, and integrity.